Welcome back to Budapest, Hungary. It's the EuroBasket women, and today we've got a couple of quarterfinals coming your way, starting with Spain and Montenegro. Well, it's crunch time here in Hungary. Teams that win their quarterfinals will clinch spots at least in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournaments, and of course, teams like Spain obviously have designs on going all the way and winning the title and qualifying directly for the Olympics. And right now, I'm not sure there are too many people that are going to be betting against this Spanish team, although if you watched Serbia play last night, I'm sure there'll be some people willing to put some money on them. But Spain, one of the real powerhouses in the women's game over the years. They finished runners-up to the United States last year at the FIBA Women's World Championship in Turkey. Earlier today, Turkey won their classification game against Lithuania, so they'll be playing for 5th place. They'll take on the loser of the 2 games of the team that progresses from the 2 losers tonight. That's quite long-winded, but we've got another quarterfinal coming up later tonight as well. And Mark, when it comes to Montenegro and Spain, I think Spain are just prohibitive favorites, aren't they?
Well, let's just say I'm so excited every time they step on the floor, because they play a brand of basketball that will put people's bums on seats. People will pay money to watch the Spanish team play.
And they will get bumps off seats because they will be so excited they'll be cheering.
And the challenge for any team, and Montenegro have got that challenge tonight, is how do you stop them having fun? How do you stop them enjoying themselves? How do you stop them playing that up-tempo style where they share the ball so well? Now, the one area that, they have the big inside presence of Robinson from Montenegro, and there was always that view about would this Montenegrin team be able to cope with the running style that you've seen them play.
Yeah, they've lost Jelena Dubjevic, which is obviously a big blow. She was their best player, arguably, coming into this tournament, and they've had to cope with her absence. So without her, they're still a good team, but they're also a team that's probably fortunate to be here because they lost to Greece in their last game. They lost by 13 points. They came very close to getting knocked out and not make it this far. But you know what? It's all about survive and advance. And now, really, the competition has just gotten a little bit stiffer. They could not have asked for a tougher opponent at this stage of the competition than Spain's national team.
But it's a one-off game, and therefore, if Spain have a night off, it could be an interesting one. But everyone coming into this tournament was like, could they survive without Sancho Little? Well, not only has Dawn done a really, really good job, but Laura Nichols has just stepped up to a completely different level. Makes that mid-range jump shot. Really, those two give him this inside strength. We know about how much talent they have facing the basket.
But we are going to have the playing of the national anthems now for both teams, starting with Montenegro. The national anthem of Montenegro, and now we'll hear the national anthem of Spain. Well, some Spanish fans there wearing the Spanish jerseys. I'm guessing they've had a good time. They've been in Hungary the whole time. I started out in Romania at the EuroBasket Women in Oradea, and in fact, that was the first time I've ever visited Romania, and it was fantastic. The referees for tonight's game, Ann Panther of Germany, Manuel Mazzoni of Italy, and Gerd Capitani of Hungary. And Spain have certainly electrified the crowds with their play, but there were times when Jelena Skerovic, their number 5 of Montenegro, reminded everybody of how brilliant she was. And of course, she'll know what it's like to play against the Spanish team and heaps of misery on them because of what happened in the EuroBasket Women in 2011. You look at Dubjevic, number 10, she's the big absentee. So players that they need big games from, Perovanovic, Robinson, number 15. Bielitsa hasn't played particularly well. I don't know what her role is going to be tonight, but if you look past this team and you don't respect them, they can come out and beat you. Jovanovic certainly in the starting lineup there can come out and hit some three-pointers. It's all about tempo and controlling the tempo for this team. And Jovana Pasic, who is in that starting lineup because Dubjevic is out, she can come out and make some plays. But I think Montenegro have to play the perfect game against this team.
Well, this team from 4 to 15, they've got a little bit of inexperience and new players coming in, but the first 8-9 players just all know their role. Torrens gives them so much flexibility. When Modelo wants to go a little smaller, he'll go with one big plus Torrens at the 4, and then he'll go with Cruz, who comes in and does a marvelous job. They've got so many ways that they can score, and that's pretty much the starting lineup he's gone through with throughout. And Zaga is one of my favorite basketball players around Europe because she just, defensively, she can lock you down. Mid-range, she can just knock down shots. And indoor, where there was the concern about would she be as strong and physically have the physical presence to match what Sancho Little, she's done some of it. Most of it's been done by Nichols. And these two, I'll just say Alba Torres' numbers speak for herself. Everywhere on the floor, she does a great job.
And Perovanovic, she has the capacity to be a strong player inside. And the question I have is, does this Montenegro team have a major upset in it? Because it's going to take something special tonight to beat this team from Spain.
Well, when Serbia really did, until 35 minutes through the game, have a chance to beat Spain, they contained them in the half court, man-to-man, or a zone, which they threw in there. They just did not get penetrated past. So they really didn't get turned and get into rotation. If this Spanish team breaks you down, their decision-making in the half court and in the full court is just so good. And Torrens is that good. When they need someone, she just creates for herself.
So Lucas Mondelo hasn't done too badly as the coach of Spain. His team has won the European title in 2013. They finished runners-up to the United States. But he realizes that he is going to be judged tournament by tournament because you have to win with this team. And if Spain were not to get to the Olympics, for example, or were not to get to the podium, that wouldn't bode well for his chances. That's Milatovic right there. He wasn't the one that was kind of going over the plays before, kneeling down, but now he's giving the high fives to his players. And he's a veteran, and he's a pretty good coach, having seen him in action. So it's Spain and it's Montenegro, and the winner gets to the semifinal. And expect the unexpected, perhaps.
Well, if this game gets into the 70s, Jeff, 80s, Spain have won because they can just pour points. They can just really knock shots down from anywhere on the floor. Their one weakness, though, they can't hit the three that well.
So Bielitsa is starting tonight, and she's going to jump against Endure. So I suppose that is a bit of a surprise instead of having Robinson out there. And Spain have got the opening tip. So Jargai, who you spoke about, gets it back over to Nichols, and Torrens puts up a three, and it's off the front of the rim, but Laura Nichols there for the rebound and gets another one. Now Palau chases it out of bounds.
That's very surprising in the sense that they settled for the three when at the end of the day they're so good on the dribble. Attacking the hoop is where they've really electrified the crowds here. It's just a tremendous decision by Torrens on the pass, and that's what you'd expect to see.
So Indoor is at the line with 9.5 minutes remaining in this very long game. I'm excited. It's my first chance to see Spain this summer in person, and Indoor, who certainly has the reputation as a big-time player on the rise, is now at the senior level. And what a beautiful release that is.
And she's under so much pressure because of who she's replacing.
Yeah, no question.
But
and what happens if they win? What happens if they qualify for the Olympics? Who goes? Because she takes the naturalized spot.
It's a real tough ask.
So Skarevich is dribbling up top, and she is one cool customer, Skarevich, but she's going to have to do something special. But they find Bielitsa underneath, and Bielitsa, well, they snuck in there. Spain just forgot about Bielitsa.
Just need to take a look at that again defensively. Looked a zone-ish types the time before, and someone just forgot the rotation. Well, Laura Nichols, Jeff, is just owning the glass. That's a third rebound, all at the offensive end. And she really is a different level to where she was.
Well, Palau tried to get it down low to endure, but Montenegro's hands were up. And now Skarevich gets it to a cutting Perivanovic, and Perivanovic is fouled by Jargai. Perhaps had a chance for a three-point play there. Didn't really come close to making the shot. I think she was more concerned about getting the contact. Watch this.
Oh, you've got to go through that contact, haven't you? If you get fouled, you get fouled. She almost tried to avoid it. But the pleasing thing for Montenegro in that situation, they've attacked the defense and made good decisions. The Spanish defense is that quick that sometimes you can beat it, but you make a bad decision because it's forcing you to play too quickly.
So Perivanovic, a good free throw shooter, makes both. And Montenegro are out to a 4-2 lead here. And Laia Palau won the EuroLeague women title this year again. She'd won it before with Rosa Casares when they had a team in Valencia, Spain. Now, Alba Torrens gets in, and of course she's won a little bit of everything, but she just throws it over the hoop. Nobody was there for the rebound. And Skarevich brings it back. And now Bielitsa backing up Marta Jargai. And that's a kind of a weird foul to give away.
I need to see it again because I see no reason why she'd have done. No, Marta Jargai got her arm in there, and there's no Bielitsa doesn't have to move her arm. She doesn't have to release that. That's Jargai puts her arm in there.
So break for Spain. Now Laia Palau, and it's Jovanovic guarding Nichols, and they hit the cutter, and good step over by Jovanovic to get the blocked shot.
Joe, I'm loving the way Montenegro have come out defensively. There's enough ball pressure, but 3 red jerseys in the keyway protecting anything going there, and their rotation out was very quick. It's just how long they can maintain that level.
Well, the jump ball possession area was for Montenegro, and Jovanovic did have the capacity to make some huge plays. And Laia Palau just almost took off Perivanovic's head there, reaching in. Watch this. Well, not her head, but she certainly got the contact. So Bielitsa puts it on the ground, gets inside. Oh, what a move, but didn't finish. So Spain fortunate. Now Jargai. Interesting with the Bielitsa starting. He didn't start at all in the last group, in Group B. And Nichols, good strong body, fouled before the shot, fouled by Perivanovic. And it's going to be interesting to see how Montenegro use their bench as they collect fouls.
They can't collect them, can they? They're not going to be deep enough to play at the same level.
But I think they'll have to, just from a fatigue standpoint as well. Well, they find Indoor just getting inside, and she missed the layup. So both teams missing some opportunities. Skarevich spins. And she was bumped. Oh, a foul called on Laia Palau. That's 2 on her. What it might have been on Jargai, but
Well, this is where you get into how deep the Spanish team goes. So you lose La Palau and Sylvia Dominguez comes in. And
I don't think there's any question it was Sharguy, but nevertheless, it was a bad foul that Palau gave away the first time. So Sylvia Dominguez comes in and replaces Palau. And ball goes into Perovanovic, and Nichols just takes it right away. Now, Torrens on the run. Is she the most exciting player in basketball? Well, she goes in there and puts it up and in.
Yes. Absolutely yes.
Well, Anna Dabovitz might have something to say about that, but certainly for me, Torrens is worth the price of admission. Scarovich passes out to Bielica, now into Perovanovic. She's got to have good hands and good footwork, but doesn't cash in, and Nichols knocks it out of bounds, so 14 seconds will go on the shot clock.
See, we won't get a replay, but that's a great example of how this team worked defensively. It's way before this. They switched, but then Nichols Red came over and released Dominguez to play the perimeter. Montella does a great job defensively as well as the stuff he puts on the floor offensively.
Ivanovic on the baseline, and good job boxing out Sylvia Dominguez. Up to Torrens, and if Spain can run, it's going to be a short game, and Ivanovic with the foul.
The pass from Laura Nichols after hunting it down just went beyond the defense. He could have tried to get it to Torrens, just threw it into space. Laura Nichols is arguably one of the most improved players in international basketball, because she used to be that guy that went in, banged around, and was always a supporting player. She really has grown.
You could always see that she had the potential, always.
But without Sancho Little, she's had to deliver as opposed to just be with that potential. She's been can't say enough good things. She has really been the solid person on that team.
So Mark is effusive with his praise. Now, free throws are good, and Alba Torrens has 4 points, and the kick, and they're going to reset the shot clock back to 24 seconds. Now Ivanovic is going to inbound it. The Hungarian referee gives it to Ivanovic. And Bielica hands it off to Scarovich. Now Perovanovic. Perovanovic waits and puts it up and in. And Nichols battling down low with Bielica. Foul has been called on Bielica. So the basket will, is it going to count? I think it should count,
because if they were still dancing with each other after the ball had gone in. But
I like the strategy of Montenegro to go right at Indoor.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, who do you go at?
No, and the thing is, if you go at her, she doesn't block shots. When she's the help player, she arrives and blocks and helps.
But
Defense, she doesn't have that physical presence to hold a space. As she got there, she got backed in, and that was one of the things that people talked about early in the competition, but no one's got into it apart from Serbia, but they got into it in a different way.
So Nichols goes right to the other end because Montenegro have already committed 5 fouls, and Spain are in the bonus.
It's the one stat line for Laura Nichols that she won't be happy in this competition. She's floating around 50% from the line. And there's you can't see why, really, because technically she produces it pretty well.
She had nothing but net on those, so maybe that's her mission, is to get that percentage up for the rest of the tournament. Ivanovic is bringing it up against Jarguy. And that's not a bad strategy for Montenegro as well. Take some of the pressure off Scarovich. But she will play a lot of minutes. And now the reach. So Indoor picks up her first foul.
And you're always worried in the situation that Indoor is, she might be so intent on proving things that sometimes she'll get a little bit too intense away from the basket, go after the reach, but it didn't look like much.
Well, Jarguy, where they're really extending the defense, Spain. Scarovich pulls up for the jumper, short, and Indoor with the rebound. Dominguez looks up the court, goes past Scarovich, runs into Danielle Robinson and goes in for the reverse layup. Sylvia Dominguez.
If you don't stop them, they'll just keep attacking you. Always keep attacking you. You have to physically get there, fill it, stop it, make them bring it out, and then you have a chance to control. If they don't get that option, they'd have kicked it and got another one. You have to stop them in transition.
I love it. I'm like you. I mean, you know, you want to come to a basketball game where you're seeing up-tempo and Dominguez fearless. She's been in this setup for a long time. Scarovich over to Perovanovic. She goes right at Endor again. Ooh. This time tries to go under. Nichols, though, turns it over right to Pazic. Great defensive play. Pazic makes great defensive plays for Montenegro. Now Torrens over to Jargai. Nichols and Payne, Jargai snuck in there, got the rebound. Torrens puts it up again. That's short. And this time Torrens reaches up and prevents the fast break. For all intents and purposes, Jovanovic had already released, and that was a wide open layup for Montenegro.
This is going to be a tough enough ask for Montenegro about fouling in situations like that and just simply sending Spain to the free throw line. I mean, Dominguez hadn't missed a free throw in Hungary.
Trying to jinx her.
Okay, sorry.
The commentator's curse.
She's changed cities.
So Dominguez misses the first. And it's the third quarterfinal. Mark, what are you talking about?
I'm not going to say it again.
Clearly the Budapest air is not to her liking. Well, she's chasing Scarovich. And Perovanovic at the line. Torrens now looks up the floor. Torrens gets inside, back out to Jargai. In the lane. A bit hard, but Endor, that was a good rebound for her. She missed it. And Nichols tried to tap it in, brings it back out. And right now the rebounds becoming a problem. Spain out, they've got 5 offensive rebounds. And Jargai puts it up and misses. And then finally Montenegro get possession. They can tie it or take the lead. Jovanovic. They could use her scoring, and she puts it up and in, and Jovanovic ties it for Montenegro.
Well, when she finally went at the mismatch, she was always going to get a shot. There's no way Nichols is going to take that shot away from her.
Jargai to Nichols, and Endor at the line, and Danielle Robinson had her hand in her face, and she made it. So Robinson is in the game, and we'll see now she tries to be the main factor offensively. Now it's going to be Jovanovic goes all the way down, and the ball goes out of bounds and back over to Spain. Great defense from Laura Nichols, or Laura Nichols. So Laura Nichols and Marta Jargai come out. St. Cruz and Laura Gill come in. Anna Cruz comes in.
That's a block. That's a block. A big player block. She was just clean. Nichols has got a great stat line already.
Pass from Dominguez down low, and a foul on Robinson. So more free throws.
Some people might give me be worried about the sort of implication of the statement, but they play passes here that women's teams don't normally play. The lob to Endor there, putting her up the ring almost, and just throwing it so she goes to get it. And they play in that type of style. It's different, it's challenging, but it's so up-tempo and exciting.
The pass almost gets away from Scarovich. And Laura Gill fouls Robinson.
That's going to be a matchup that's only going to go one way. If Gill has to play a one-on-one, that's really is going to be a one-way battle.
So Alexic comes in for Perovanovic and smaller Montenegro team out there. We'll see how that affects them.
They've almost tried to match up, even though Gil plays around the ring. She gives them the chance to go a little smaller. She's a tough rebounding option as well for the Spanish team.
The second free throw is good. Back to the three-point game. And Cruz gets inside and puts it up and in.
You know when people talk about impact off the bench, she is it. She is literally it.
She is the sixth man.
Because she comes in and looks to score. She challenges you every time she has the ball.
And traveling is the call on Montenegro. So timeout on the floor with 1:38 remaining. First quarter.
Well, all the issues are Montenegrin issues at the moment. They only trail 5, but they've picked up a little bit of foul trouble. Belitza's on the 3 already. But I still like the way they've tried to construct their defense. It's just every time they haven't forced Spain into the half court, Spain have scored and picked up fouls.
No manos en defensa. Estamos. Ahora acompañamos. Vamos. 1, 2, 3. España.
Well, you know, the tempo game against Spain is crucial, and I guess they haven't been able to get out and run as much as they would like. They have been able to run a little. You think it's like the dam is eventually going to burst and they're going to be running?
Because they keep going and keep going and keep going. If you just, they're always ready to run. They're not going to. If you don't stop them, they'll just keep scoring. In terms of if you don't stop and get them in the half court, they'll just literally keep scoring.
Well, Cruz puts it up, and Scarovich chases down the rebound. And Alexic gets it over to Jovanovic, and Jovanovic puts it up off the back of the rim. Pasic gets the long rebound. And Alexic's pass behind Robinson, but she collects it. And nice soft touch from Robinson.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try to get the clock down a little bit and get Robinson the ball in good areas, because he's going to be a tough matchup.
Torrens now sees an opening, drifts into the lane, misses. Jargai kept it alive, but batted it into the hands, and now Scarovich gets it to Pasic, and Montenegro get it back to a point.
Well, that's the way to respond to a coach in a timeout. 4-0, you get things moving, bit of momentum.
Vucevic was going to come in, but now the coach has told her to go sit down. He sees something working, and Torrens puts up a difficult shot. Robinson had the hand in the face, and Montenegro again. Alexis drives, and Montenegro have taken the lead right here at the end of the first quarter. And Dominguez gets it. Nichols follows. So Montenegro kind of hanging around, and sure enough, they have gone in front. Well, I know that Montenegro liked to get out and run, but they weren't really able to in Group E. But look at their shooting, 7 of 14 inside the arc.
With that little run they got after the timeout, Spain got no transition baskets. They got no early offense. They forced them into the half court. And then you had the last shot from Torrens where Robinson was all over and she still took it. And they've turned that defense into some points going the other way. Now that won't worry Mondello, because that means the game's picking up pace and he's happy to play it that way. But if the objective has got to be to make them run a half-court set. It's not enough to stop the first part of the break. because then they get into secondary and their ball movement is exceptional. You've got to get them into a half-court set to have any chance. They still might beat you, but you've got to pick the way they're going to beat you. And I think people, to an extent, Jeff, don't underestimate the impact of La Palau, but when she's not on the floor, Dominguez is a good player, but Palau is a great guard. And it's like they're just not quite as efficient, not quite as effective, even though Dominguez is a great player. And on most teams, she would start. It's just that Palau just is an extension of Mondello on the floor. And it really does make a huge difference to this team. And her foul trouble could be really a real issue for them in this first half. Montenegro have to take advantage of it.
And it was interesting that she gave away the cheap one right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just no need for it.
Yeah, but Spain again, they don't want to shoot the three. They're not good at doing it. They've gone 0 for 3. Torrance has gone 0 for 2. So much better, making moves, getting to the ring. But there's already 3 red shirts there, so the defense is constructed really well.
See the three-point shooting. Spain have yet to make one, as well as Montenegro, although they've only taken one.
Let's go Montenegro. Let's go Spain.
Well, it's the EuroBasket women coming at you from Budapest, Hungary, and second quarter action underway. Spain trailing by a point against Montenegro, and Alexic really struggles with the hand check, and she was punished for that often. In Group B, she gives away another one. Dominguez almost lost that. Gets it back inside. It goes to Torrance, and Spain go back in front.
Well, Torrance just, I know it was a mismatch, but just sealed off. I mean, she'd set the screen a while before and just sealed off. It was just footwork-wise beautiful to watch.
Alexic has the pass stolen by Torrance. She avoids the foul and takes it all the way in. And that is Alba Torrance at her best. Look at that. That is called coast to coast, folks. Spain's defensive pressure picking up a little. Dominguez chasing Scarovic. Scarovic puts up a 3. And Torrance again running, goes behind her back to avoid the foul, but they call the foul on Pazic. And worried looks now on the Montenegrin bench. A minute here in the second half, and Vujic is going to come in. Vujovic is coming in for Scarovic. The Italian referee there showing what the foul was.
It's almost like you need to use those 4 fouls before they get into the penalty, just to stop the break. Just stay clean down in the half court and play good defense. Just take away as many opportunities you can for Spain to run.
And Cruz loses the ball. Good play by Montenegro on defense. A little bit sloppy for the Spaniards. So Paul's in play as Jovanovic ties her shoe. Now she's ready to go.
You really would like to see Robinson get touches. Touches is one-on-one. Give her a chance to play on Nichols.
She got it, but she gave it back to Jovanovic. Jovanovic pulls up from the line and a little bit long. Now, Torrance again in the open floor. She's like something put out of a slingshot. I mean, you just can't stop her.
No, you can't. You've got to, if you don't stop her there, you've got to get bodies under the basket. That's just not going to happen.
And really, I don't know why Montenegro aren't fouling her, because they usually do a pretty good job. Now, a foul's been called in Spain.
Yeah, Torrance reached in, yeah.
So a 5-point lead, and Torrance is off to a big game already. She's got 10 points.
They don't even look at Robinson. I'm not sure about Robinson coming out to screen. Just throw the ball.
Well, now she gets it.
By the time they gave it to her, Jeff, Torrance is in the help spot. Zargai's in front of her. Spacing's not there.
Nichols just picked up her first foul on that play. So 2 fouls piece for these teams. Alexic pulls up for the jumper. It's good. She hit the big shot against Greece that pretty much punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. Although Greece had a shot at the end that could have gotten it done for them. Now Alexic reaches in and picks up another foul. So she's got a couple of fouls.
But we're still looking for someone who can guard Torrance in the half court. Guard Torrance when she's got a little bit of an advantage. Because at her speed and her size, she's just an incredibly tough matchup.
Endura's going to come back in and she's going to replace Drogai.
And the flexibility that Torrance gives them, they go like they just slip it to the 3 now. I don't think it's even numbered the way they run the systems, but defensively, she gives them so much flexibility.
So it's only a 4-point lead for Spain.
Feels like more.
Remember, they came back to take the lead at the end of the first quarter. I suppose, you know, they'd probably be happy with this position at the start of the game.
It's getting into the area where it becomes too high scoring a game unless they can really stem the tide.
Alexic with the 2 fouls stays out on the court. And now Robinson sees she goes one-on-one, gets inside, gets the bump and puts it up and in. No call by the ref, I think. And back to a 3-point game.
I don't think Nichols or Endura can guard Robinson one-on-one if she gets it in space and gets it with no help, and it's just one-on-one.
Well, Torrance has the shot blocked, but Endura gets the rebound and puts it up. Well, it's a good block from Robinson. Torrance barking at the referee to say she was fouled, but the Italian will have none of it. Now Vujovic. Karavanowicz. Wraparound pass was read by Dominguez. Now Torrance again in the open floor. How many times have we said that? Behind the back. Gets it over to Cruz and they take it back. Dominguez drives in, puts it up and in.
But the ball never got stuck. They had the first option, reversed it out, and she's still attacking before you get a chance to set your defense. It's just continuous.
Alexic brings it across midcourt and gives it to Scarovich. Alexic has the shot blocked by Torrance. Now Cruz fouled by Scarovich. And that's now 14 fouls on Montenegro. So we're going to have a timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a timeout called by Montenegro. So they feel the game's starting to get away from them a little bit.
Well, they're not choosing how they're losing, so to speak, at the minute, because they're not coming down the floor and saying we're going to go slow. They're not coming down the floor and saying we're going to go to Robinson. They're not stopping Spain by fouling them, so Spain are choosing how this game is being played. Montenegro, I'm not saying they're going to win, but they have to choose how they're going to lose at the very least. Because at the moment, Spain in transition, it's not, as I say, it's not the first option. They get that, then they go into a second, then they attack it again like Dominguez did. It's just, it's a different type of tempo that any other team plays in this competition.
Camiseta, alguna camiseta va a moverlas. Tenemos zonas de duda para Alba.
You know, the thought struck me when I was looking at that Spain team out there for their national anthem. Every single player has had some type of award, it seemed like, attached to their name. It's incredible as you go all the way through that lineup.
Yeah.
So Montenegro really, they've done pretty well to keep it close, but it's, you can feel like it can go bad really quickly. You see the rebounds there. Yep. 17.
And that's all been in the last, because at the end of the first quarter, it was pretty tight, pretty level, because the Montenegrins had a lot of defensive rebounds because Spain hadn't executed, and all of a sudden it goes whoosh, and you're struggling.
17 of those rebounds for Spain have been on the offensive glass. Cruz left open right at the top of the key, and Endura hustles but steps out of bounds. So Montenegro will get it back.
I just think they need to spend time with it right now. Keep it, move the ball, look for a decent option if you can get Robinson it right deep.
Well, a long shot, and that falls, and that's what they need. And really, we haven't seen Vujovic do that in the last few games, so that's a bonus.
Better tempo.
Now, Torrens drives in. It's contested right at the end. It just put her off her shot. Robinson catches it. And it goes to Robinson, and a foul has been called as well. So just like that, Montenegro trailing by 2 with a chance to make a free throw and get it to 1.
Well, Robinson got touched to make the assist, touched the score. The ball got down and they stopped, and the game's just not flowing. And that's what they need to do. You know, they really do need to say, we're going to stop this tempo. We aren't going to run up and down with you because you'll beat us.
So back to a 1-point game. Midway through the second quarter, I wonder at what point does Spain start to get a little nervous? Cruz. Certainly the confidence grows for Montenegro. Jargai gets inside, puts it up, and traveling is the call on Jargai. Timeout has been called by Spain with 4:50 remaining. Vujovic doing a good job, and then Robinson coming over with the help defense.
And it's so easy for me to sit here and say, oh, they've got to get him in the half court. But that is like a huge ask. For the last 2-3 possessions, they've scored, which helps because that stops the quick transition. And then they've managed to actually slow him in the half court. Nichols has already got 9 rebounds. I know she got like three or four straight offensive rebounds at the start of the game. I don't think that Spain will worry. Not yet, anyway. Montenegro have to be very, very, very patient. They have to execute what they're being asked to do. And the more time they spend with the ball, the better. The lower number of shots in the game, the better. With Robinson, I think they've got a question I don't know if Spain have got an absolute answer to.
In other words, can you stop Robinson? And the answer is, we haven't seen it yet.
Will Montenegro take enough time to get her a touch, and then she's got to trust herself that if she draws defense, she's got to kick like she did for the three or four possessions ago.
Well, the shooting percentages for both teams, Spain have yet to make a three-pointer. So Scarovic hands it off to Robinson, and Montenegro with a chance to take the lead, but an offensive foul has been called on Jelena Scarovic.
Offensive foul by number 5, Scarovic.
So that foul on Scarovic is number 2. And now Dominguez is bumped up top by Pazic.
So
that was the bump, and that is 5 fouls, and that means free throws for Spain.
Dominguez is back on the free throw line, so I'm sure she's going to make both this time, Jeff. Well, I'm not doing Dominguez any service at all with this because coming into this stage of the competition, she's been perfect from the free throw line.
Yeah, I don't know what's gotten into her.
Well, she goes 1 for 2. She's on the roll now.
You brought up the voodoo dolls today, apparently. Now, 29-27. And Vujovic is in the game now, number 8. Vujovic is inside going up against Jargai.
It's the wrong person in the wrong place, you know, in terms of where the ball goes in.
Yep, you were, into her for the 3, and that was short. She does have a nice release, but Lucas Modelo looked over to his assistant coaches and said, where did that come from?
Wrong person, wrong place. Oh,
Well,
nice job.
Scaravich goes right down and scores with a drive to left hand. And this is the beauty of basketball, tournament basketball. You know, just prohibitive favorites, but you got to play the game. And right now, Montenegro playing a good game, but Indoor gets inside.
I love the big-to-big type plays where the big draws the defense, the inside partner just looks to get to a hole.
And Dominguez has gone down. Robinson tries to follow up the shot. She does, and Montenegro tie it. 31 all.
Dominguez claiming that she got a palm of the hand in her face to push off. I didn't see that.
Sharguy pulls it back out. Nichols puts her head down. A charge has been called for hooking. So Mondello barking at the referee to say, well, you got to call it on this end.
Well, this is how worried Mondello is, because Palau on 2 fouls is coming back. And that he needs, I know there was a little blow to the face, but to Dominguez, but Palau with 2, if she picks up a third, big time.
What about Leticia Romero? Might we see her, the young star at Florida State?
Yeah, well, she came in big minutes in important games when there was foul trouble.
Well, Vucetic is out now. Scaravich went in, missed a shot. Vucetic rather is in for Montenegro, out on the court. She comes up on Palau. Palau. And now Torrens drives in, takes a difficult shot, and a foul called on Indoor, scrapping for the rebound.
That's 3 on Indoor as well.
So fouls becoming an issue for Spain, and some nerves. And really the interesting thing is Robinson goes to the line at the other end. I was just thinking about last night's Serbian performance and how confident they were, and they literally just walked into the arena to start watching this game. And it could be they'll think, I'll have some of that, either of these teams.
I don't think Serbia mind who they play at the moment.
Robinson with 10 points. So
what a difference she makes. Torrens goes to the basket earlier in the game. Robinson's on the bench. She gets to the ring. Robinson starts to play hell, and all of a sudden she's challenging shots, and that really does make you change your shot.
Mladenovic has done a good job. You know, he brought her off the bench, which wasn't expected, and it seems to have helped her get into her rhythm. Now Laya Palau into Sharguy. Kind of fades away, puts it up and in. So Spain go back in front by a point.
Sharguy, when she's got a mismatch, she's as good as there is on that like guard post-up play. Great extension, great finish.
Well, inside 2 minutes now here in the first half. Pervanovic goes right at Laudergill, and she thinks she could take her, and she does.
Again, slower tempo, get the ball to the right person in the right areas, and Nichols can't help because Robinson's spaced really well.
And Nichols has 2 fouls. So another foul called on Montenegro, and that's free throws for Spain.
They can't foul in this game. They can't. They've got to use their fouls in this situation.
So Pasic has 3 fouls, Bjelica has 3 fouls, Scaravich has 2 fouls, and Vujovic has the foul. Now now the Panthers come over right here in front of me to lean over and take a look and see. Is she looking to see who the foul's on?
I didn't think they could review the foul.
Yeah,
I don't think that's in the book, but her co-official.
Oh, they're trying to see who was fouled. I think it's Nichols who's going to take the free throws, and it was Torrens initially. I know it is going to be Torrens.
Yeah.
So they were trying to figure out who it was shooting the free throws. It looked like to me that Nichols though was the one that maybe was fouled. But Torrens is at the line.
Oh, the Spanish will not be disappointed there in terms of a 90+ against a 50+% free throw shooter.
Well, Torrance is upset. Having dialogue with the referee. It's an element from her I've not seen before, really. Talking to the refs. 35-34, Spain back in front. See if they go to Perovanovic. They should, really, shouldn't they?
Well, Perovanovic or Robinson got to get a touch. They don't have to shoot it, but they've got to get a touch.
And inside it goes, and the foul from Laura Gill. So Perovanovic earns a trip to the free throw line. And Laura Gill with 2 fouls.
Got your palms. If you put your palms of your hand on the offensive player there, you're going to get the call.
And Laura Herrera is going to come into the game.
Which is a little surprising. Normally they go to Lucia Pascual comes in as the backup, but then with her and Laura Nichols in the game, that would be too big, too slow.
Well, Perovanovic ties it, but doesn't put Montenegro in front. But what Montenegro has been able to do is shorten the game without question. Now Torrance gets inside, puts it up and in, and she's got an and one. She split the defense, and there aren't too many players that can do what she just did. Look at that.
Who are they going to call for the foul?
Well, the foul, I'm thinking it's going to be is it on Robinson.
No, it's not Robinson. It's Vujovic.
So Vujovic gets the foul. Alexandra Vujovic.
She's going to sit after
takes
that.
a seat.
Yeah.
So 2 fouls on her, and Torrance is back at the free throw line with a chance to put Spain in front by 4. Excuse me, by 3 and 1, and she does. So Vucetic, Perovanovic, and Dominguez is back out there. So Palau has sat down. And Vucetic gets inside, puts up a tough shot. Gets to the rack. Impressive. That was a confident move. Didn't see that at all in the last round. And they are really getting some penetration against the Spanish team. Now Jargai drives in, and Laura Gill crashes the boards and passes it back out and is fouled. And the Hungarian referee signals
Robinson, I think.
So Robinson picks up her second.
Scoreboard's becoming a little like a light show, number of fouls being called.
I think she kind of stepped into her, to be honest. I think it was a good call.
Oh no, I don't think none of these have been bad calls. It's just been a lot of them.
Yeah. Disrupting the flow. Spain struggling a little bit at the free throw line. Well, Montenegro 67%. Spain 78%. So that was the first miss other than Dominguez. Vucetic. Well, that brings a different element to the game if Vucetic is going to get involved in the offense. And offensive foul called again against Montenegro. And again, Milatovic just looks and is bemused, frustrated, dismayed. And timeout has been called here with 29.3 seconds to go. The timeout has been called by Spain. And look at him, he's looking at the commissioner's table, I guess, to show his displeasure.
He's at the other end of the floor. I'm not really sure. We haven't had a replay of it either, but there was contact on the play. Albert Torrance had 17 points.
Yeah.
I mean, and every one of those points has almost been a highlight.
Yeah, it does. You're right. Take your pick. She's even a highlight reel when she doesn't make it. Yeah, I think the all-excitement team, I would have Torrance, Anna Dabovic.
Can you imagine that little lineup? Anna Dabovic at the point, and Torrance at the 3. Stick a shooter at the 2, and you're like, well, what do you do? Go and get a rebounder. That's all you need.
interesting that Bielitsa started the game, but she hasn't really gotten back in. So that was a tactic.
But she has picked up the 3 fouls.
Yeah, that's true. That's why she's not in.
But they've gone back to other people with 3 fouls.
Yeah.
Now maybe he's seeing her as in for the long haul of the game.
She didn't really play that well in the last round. So the rebounding totals 22 to 15, but not making that much of a difference because Montenegro are hanging around. So Dominguez is going to take it down pretty far here. Montenegro is sitting back in kind of a matchup zone. Now Torrens finds some space, puts it up and misses. And Montenegro have time to get a shot off. It's going to be Skarovic, and she puts it up. And Montenegro will go to halftime trailing 39 to 37. So great job by Montenegro, really, to come out and execute the game plan. So Mark, you know, Spain, you know, their three-point game hasn't been going. You know, you've watched them more than I have.
They don't run stuff to get the 3. They don't shoot the 3 very well. They had 1 or 2 games where they had some streaky ones. Cruz is a decent 3-point shooter when she's really on, but they don't run it. They want to keep pushing, but they don't really. That was why I was surprised at the beginning of the game. Torrens settled for a couple of early 3s. As soon as she forgot, she's been great. But Robinson, for me, just having her presence in the game changes the shape and structure of the game. And if she's going to have to play a lot of minutes and get a lot of touches, and then if she can play with Prevanovic on the inside together, then it's a tough matchup. The foul trouble's counted for Spain, as long as they space the floor. And almost, unless you've got a layup, go inside.
Well, Nichols already has 10 rebounds for Spain. She's got 2 fouls. Indoor has 3 fouls. And Gil has 2 fouls. We haven't seen Pasqua, and we only saw Laura Herrera briefly. So, 39-37, Spain on top of Montenegro.
check. Welcome back everybody in Budapest. Megkiabáltam, bazd meg. EuroBasket Women 2015 Hungary and Romania. Yeah. Egyikből hallottam a másikat. Hallottam a másikből és az egyiket. Úgy, Pina. Hát próbálják meg ki közcsök.
Spain on top of Montenegro at halftime. We're about 6 minutes away from the start of the second half.
It seems good for you?
39-37, Spain on top of Montenegro. We're about 4.5 minutes away from the start of the second half. Well, there you see it, folks. 39-37, Spain on top of Montenegro. And it has been close. Spain showed signs of getting out on top by a big margin early, but Montenegro reeled him right back in. And the big factor was bringing Robinson off of the bench today. And you can see what she's done in the tournament and what she's had today. So she's already almost equaled her tournament average in scoring. And it's going to be interesting to see what types of adjustments, if any, that Spain make to combat her. And you would expect all the turns to be the focal point of the attack for Spain, and such has been the case. She, too, is almost at her tournament average of more than 18 points per game. So this is evenly poised, and this is what you want in a tournament like this. It's been a tournament full of close games. I'm not sure that Spain have really been tested. I suppose, Mark, Serbia gave them a good game for a while.
Well, Serbia with 5 minutes to go, we were thinking during the game that when would Spain break it open, when they'd break it open. And with 5 minutes to go, Serbia led. Anna Dabovic fouled out. And then they lost a couple of other people, and then lost their way a little bit without Dabovic on the floor. But Serbia showed that they can score with Spain. And their defense was very, very good in the way that they contained the penetration. But it was the fact that they found a way to score with Spain.
And I suppose Spain, you know, you can talk about the game beforehand. You can look at the records. You can look at how the teams played in their last games. Greece absolutely laid the wood to Montenegro. It looked like a team that could do something special at this EuroBasket women. But they lost out to Montenegro in goal differential, as well as Belarus. And yet, you know, every game is different. And you just don't know, you know, if you prepare your team well. And I was reliably informed just a minute ago that Dubjevic, for example, who, you know, during practice was really working with their teammates, trying to give them some insight about how to attack, how to turn on the low blocks against Spain. And, you know, they've gotten some easy looks inside.
Well, I think pressure's a marvelous thing for the team that doesn't have it, because, like, one thing, no pressure here. Everyone who's coming here to the arena here in Budapest is going to, Spain are going to show up to win. Oh, they're going to have a tough semi-final against either, you know, Russia or France. These guys have got nothing to lose, but what they have is some weapons. I still make the statement, if they can choose the way to lose, and that's a crazy statement, if they're going to give Spain, if you're going to beat me this way. But I'm not going to let you, and then, to an extent, as that half developed, they found that as soon as Robinson got established in the flow of the game.
Don't forget, Montenegro learned 4 years ago that you can go unbeaten all the way to the quarterfinals and lose. So now is the time that you have to start winning. Look at the shooting for both teams. Montenegro over 50% inside the arc. So second half action is underway, and Montenegro have the ball and trailing by just 2 points against the team that finished runners-up to the United States last year at the Women's World Championship. And Perovanovic is denied by Gil, and Gil goes up, and Perovanovic reaches up and commits the foul.
Well, Gil just played great defense. Once Perovanovic has established her pivot foot, Gil just played the free one. There was no way she was going to give her. She's going to have to go over her. And like Gil I love players like Gil. They fulfill their role. They do what they do for the team. Great defense.
Alba Torrens is somebody else going to get involved in the offense here because she was positively electric in the first half. Palau gets it over to Gil, passes up the long jumper, steps inside, puts it up too hard. That was Brick City, and shot clock violation. And Mondello looks out at his players and says, "What was that?"
And as long as he said, "What was that?" She doesn't normally do that. Then he'll be fine. He'll forget about it. She made a nice move because Robinson knows her from playing in Spain, etc. And if you let her stand there, she's a good shooter. Get her on the move, she's not as effective.
So Perovanovic has the ball knocked away. Now Torrens is off to the races, and she's finding an opening. She's going to go, and she's going to bring it back out. Good job from Montenegro that time to get back. Now the dump to Nichols, and tough shot. She was surrounded. And Montenegro now clogging the middle. Skarevich up ahead to Perovanovic. She misses. And the game really picking up the pace. Perovanovic getting up a little woozy. She hustled down the court. Wasn't able to convert the opportunity. Look at this. Great catch, though. And almost a foul.
Almost.
And certainly Milanovic thought there was a foul.
That's Milanovic and me, definitely. And I had a replay as well. But, wow.
Now Torrens drives in, gets blocked, hands it off to Laura Gil, and Laura Gil just travels. She doesn't look comfortable when she catches the ball.
It's almost like she's just frantic, not composed. And Dunn's gonna have to come back. And the reason for not starting is obviously she's on the 3 fouls. And so Mondello might have to go with an interesting lineup, and almost certainly Torrens would go to the 4 if Indoor picked up another foul. We'd leave Nichols in.
Interesting. So the fouls becoming a major factor already. Indoor, will she pick it up? And she does immediately. And now it's almost like you're playing a game of chess, and you're going to have to remove one of the pieces.
Well, this is basketball IQ. That's literally, she comes back in. No, even, oh, shan't I pass it? Gave it. Shan't I make a move? Never even thought about. Just went.
Well, Indoor could foul out here.
Yeah.
Quickly. Jovanovic is guarded out on the perimeter now. Jargai reaches in, takes it away. And Laia Palau gets it up ahead to Torrens. And she goes up and makes the basket on the fast break.
Well, look at the components. Jargai playing defense. Palau giving the pass, and Torrens finish it. Those 3 players, as much as anything, sum up Spain.
Absolutely. Skarevich puts it up, and a 3-point play opportunity here for Montenegro.
Foul on Palau, that's her 3rd too.
Wow. It's all going horribly wrong in the foul department. Laura Gil had a chance to perhaps settle down and pull back in. Dominguez now comes in for Laia Palau, and it's like you said, it's not the same Spain without Laia Palau. No disrespect to Sylvia Dominguez. But they're going to run a little bit more with Palau. So there was, the foul was called before the shot.
No, they count. Did they not count it? Yeah, they counted it. Yeah, they did.
And then, okay, so they counted the basket.
Foul after, away from it.
Okay, that's what it was. So Perovanovic gets inside, puts it up, and Nichols, I thought it was a foul on the shot. That's why I was confused with the free throw. So Montenegro missed an opportunity there. They've had a big trip down the floor. Being a foul by Skarevich.
Now, the players have to make an adjustment, Jeff, because the referees are obviously calling it really tight. Yet they're still leaving their hands in. They're still trying to do the things that have been called for the whole game.
And I don't know why Skarevich commits that foul, because there are 2 Montenegro players there to seal Dominguez, to keep her out. Jargai puts up a jumper, well short. And what a scrappy move by Lauda Gill.
Gotta love that, haven't you? Gotta love it. Just diving onto the floor for her team. She may well be a little bit frantic with the ball, but when she hasn't got it, she wants to get it.
That's exactly right. Well, there was, really, she was the first one on the floor. Perovanovic is down there. Dominguez gets inside, puts up a tough shot, and Laura Nichols was there, so they forgot the weak side for the rebounder.
Well, Robinson really went over hard, didn't she, to make Dominguez change it, and no one looked to help her.
Spain back up by 4. Robinson, she's been a weapon. She nails the jumper over Gill. What a beautiful release that is.
Just quality. Gill couldn't have done any more. Robinson was just too good in that play.
Well, Pasic is coming back now. Milanovic is working his rotation. Bounce pass to Nichols, goes up strong. And Nichols good poise there.
Timing Zage's pass as well. Just didn't release it until Nichols had the step ahead of the defense.
An offensive foul is called against Montenegro. And that foul's on Perovanovic.
Yep.
So she has to go out. Pushing.
It's another one you'd like to see again, but you've got to say there's a consistency in the fact the referees are calling it continually. Sooner or later, these players may have to adjust.
Well, you've got Scarovic, Bielica, Perovanovic, and Pasic all on 3 fouls. Torrens at the line. Nope, and the ball batted out though to Jargai.
Nichols again on the glass.
Dominguez has it knocked away from behind by Pasic, and not good from the point guard.
The ball spends more time being dribbled with Dominguez at the point than with Palau. Palau's dribbles are so much more direct, and she's looking to pass.
Dominguez on Scarovic. It's a tough assignment for her. And Scarovic gets in though, and Dominguez held the ground and is tripped up by Scarovic. And that is number 4 on Scarovic.
Dominguez played great defense, Jeff. Great defense on that play.
Milanovic burns the timeout, so the floor general in trouble. Scarovic there with the trip.
On the court, Guinea cheerleaders.
I mean, you'd hate a performance that Montenegro put on the floor so far in terms of what they're trying to do defensively, what they're trying to actually spend. They're trying to spend time with the ball would just be ruined by just the lack of discipline on the foul count. Because the last 2 fouls by Scarovic, both of them totally unnecessary. The foul on the sideline when there was help there, fouling after missing the shot. And now she's on 4 fouls. She could have been going still with 2. And with the other foul trouble at the other end of the floor, she could control this game for her team.
Now, just as a reminder of the stakes of this game, if either of these teams wins this game, they are assured of a spot in the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, and the loser will have to win a couple of games to get to the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. There's some referees taking in the action. So stakes are high. And remember, Montenegro, I think, were responsible 4 years ago for keeping Spain out of the Olympics, so they certainly contributed to it.
Well, it's a 4-point game. Spain have taken 8 more shots, and that rebound advantage that Spain have at the moment is the decisive factor.
So, as you said, Torrens will have to play the 4 because Lauda Gill has just gone out of the game.
This lineup could really give Spain a real lift offensively as long as Torrens and everybody else competes on the glass.
Torrens is looking for some space. And she gets inside, puts it up and in! How in the world did she go baseline?
She waited until what she wanted, and look at that. I don't know how you can guard that without help. You need help.
Yeah, you need help. Ivanovic pretty much did all she could do, except cut off the baseline. But then Torrens will spin the other way. So it's a 6-point lead for Spain. Nichols, oh, great move, but she doesn't finish. She does draw the foul. So good aggressive play from Danielle Robinson, and that's going to be 3 fouls. Watch this. What are they calling it on?
Call on Nichols, I think, yeah. If she makes that shot, you've got to say, great shot.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
The team is already in foul trouble. And Nichols wants a bumper sideways.
Well, the only good thing for Spain is that Robinson misses the free throw, but foul trouble really a major part of this game. Indoor has 4, Palau 3, Nichols 3 for Spain, and Skarevich has 4 for Montenegro, and a host of other players on the defense. So she makes 1 to cut it back to 5. And Montenegro playing without Jelena Dubjevic for most of this tournament. Cruz drives in, puts it up a tough shot, and Nichols, tremendous rebound, but then misses the easy shot, misses the putback. Alexic hands it off to her teammate, and Vujovic misses. Now, Jargai over to Torrens in the game now, starting to pick up the pace, and that's good for Spain.
When have ever Montenegro in this game benefited from a quick 3 on the end of a break? Did they miss it, and then Torrens goes down the other end and gets another 2?
Well, Jovanovic puts up a 3 and hits it.
But that's in the half court with some pace and some balance. They've got kids on this team who can shoot the basketball, but if they're balanced, they're going to make a lot more than the shot that's rushed.
Torrens again, starting to feel it. Dominguez fouled by Alexic, and this is where Alexic gets into trouble. She commits fouls about 50 feet away from the basket.
And that's a pretty straightforward. The ball went, she gets to the inside, doesn't let it go down the middle, everyone's all right, and then she steps over and she's late. Bjelica coming back into the game, so there's a little bit more size in the game. It's going to Torrens is going to have to guard Bjelica, which is going to be a battle for her.
And that was the 5th foul of the quarter, so now in the bonus, and interestingly, it's Dominguez.
That's more like it. She's made her last 2. She's on a roll now.
Well, what a pressure-packed quarterfinal this is. It only makes 1 or 2, though. And just not pulling the string, is she?
Not at all.
It's funny, it's like making putts. Sometimes it gets in your head. Well, Bjelica. Sports is mental. Bjelica puts up a 3, banks it in! And the basketball gods smiling on Montenegro here. Look at that. That'll give him a lift. Dominguez over to Cruz for 3. Good! She answers with a 3. And that was huge for Spain. You could just feel the momentum shift to Montenegro.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's it's a great decision by Dominguez as well. She could have tried to go up, but that had block written all over it.
Alexis drives in, tough shot, misses, and Cruz gets the rebound, splits the defense. Now she's off and running, and gives it over to Jargai. Pump fake, gets blocked from behind by Bjelica, and Bjelica can't believe it. It's going to be 2 free throws for Jargai.
That's a foul.
That's a foul, yeah. No question about it.
Jargai just does.
It never ceases to amaze me.
What the people?
Some of the people disputing fouls, and then you look at the replay, and it's a clear slap on the arm.
And you know, and the other thing it does in that situation is the referee's never going to listen to you. You know, if you're going to complain.
How many times have you seen a referee change a call?
Yeah, and they're not even going to double think about it the next time. It's like, yeah, why are you complaining?
So Jargai strokes.
Quite generally, Jeff, for me, she's like, if you're a player that wants to make the most of your ability, she's it. She just does everything to a high level.
Over Jargai. She's got 4 points, but she's doing a little bit of everything. Alexis bounce pass to Robinson, and the foul committed before. Great play drawn up there by Montenegro.
It's a good foul by Dominguez as well. Robinson was on the way to 2, and she had to foul before she even got into the action. So
The elites are posting up. A bit of a mismatch here. She passes it, and a little bit too hard to Robinson.
this is what Marta Zargai gives you. She's guarding the Elitsa. That wasn't a switch. That's the matchup they've gone with. She just plays the best defense. Inside, outside, has everything. She takes away anything going to the basket. It was a great decision to give it to her because Belitsa's really just got to get it close enough. She's not going to block it. Take your time, take the shot, shoot it over her.
So a slight delay here.
I think they're just trying to keep control of this game. There's a lot of fouls being called. Both coaches are not happy. I haven't seen a bad call yet, though.
Cruz over to Zargai on the baseline, and one shot now Alexic, and comes up with a full-headed scheme, calls the play. Now Bielitsa trying to get the ball down low. Ivanovic looking for space. He gets it to, and Robinson falls over. Marta Zargai is going to help her up.
Teammates lost you?
No question, they want to get it inside. Yep, that's what it is. Good play there by Laura Gill, but Robinson was fouled. Under 2 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Leksic. Jovanovic for 3, and that's probably their 2 best options right now, you would think. Her spotting up for 3 and trying to get it inside to Robinson.
Wow, you can see Robinson's number on that play.
And Torrens drives in and rolls the goal. Gets blocked by Robinson. Here it is again.
She may have got the ball, but she did get a lot of Alba Torrens as well. This is what Coach Mondella was asking for.
Now Alexic. Pasic. Robinson turns, puts it up. Beautiful release from Danielle Robinson. Great. I mean, you're right. I'm not sure they do have the answer. She catches it right close to the basket. Bounce pass to Cruz. She gets it out to Torrens. Open for 3. She's going to take this one. And Laura Gill with the rebound. Brings it back out, perhaps wisely. Torrens goes behind her back and misses. And Bielitsa with a good, strong rebound. Now Jovanovic, they're going to go inside, and Jovanovic puts it up and in, and it's back to a 3-point game. Great play by Montenegro. And really, Jovanovic, for me, is showing some responsibility here. She's taking some responsibility.
Definitely.
Look at the fast break points. 10 for Spain, 6 for Montenegro.
Expected that Spanish number to be a lot higher.
And the wraparound pass to Gill. Ball goes out of bounds. And Montenegro have it with 19.8 seconds remaining. And let's see if we're going to get some full court pressure here. Here it is again. Gill was waiting for it, and Dominguez just couldn't quite deliver the ball. So here we are, Alexic. Back to Bielitsa for 3, and she puts up an air ball with 0.8 seconds. And I think...
Why? Why
do you take that play? I don't know.
Robinson was like, there again, see the number. She's right underneath the front of the ring, and Bielitsa wants to take the 3.
And the Italian referee signals to the bench to sit down for Montenegro. And she does get it off just in time, Dominguez, but nowhere near close enough. So, full marks to Montenegro. They were teetering there, but they've made some plays, especially Jovanovic and Robinson, and they're down just 55-52 with 10 minutes remaining.
Well, those shooting statistics for Spain, 36 and 12, you would never think they're going to go 36%, 12% coming into this game. Their offensive rebounding has just kept them alive. And whatever we say about how good or bad, whatever Montenegro are doing defensively, it's taken Spain out of what they do because they've made them take shots in the half court. They've forced them into areas, but they've done that with Palau sitting on the bench. Montelo's going to come back with Palau for the start of the fourth quarter. She's still only got 3 fouls. He's going to hope she can see out the game. But I think Robinson should get a touch every time down the floor. Because Lara Gill can't play any better than that. Can't play defense any better than that. She stopped to go into the basket, made a shooter over it, and Robinson's that good.
It's interesting that Montenegro have 25 points from their bench and just 12 for Spain, but that's a bit misleading when you consider that Robinson usually starts.
And she has 16 of those points.
Yes. But Ivanovic as well has been dangerous. She's only got 7 points, but she can go off at any moment.
So the thing about Spain, and Robinson was an MVP of the Liga Femenina at one point. So she's not going to have a worry here at all. She's like, I can score on these people.
Although a lot of these players don't play in Spain.
The Spanish players, no.
Yeah.
But at the moment, she's going up against Lara Gill.
Lara Gill.
And Nichols, this is her first year out of Spain, right?
Yes. Look at the rebounds, 36 to 22 for Spain.
Those offensive rebounds is the only reason Spain have a 3-point lead. Shooting those percentages, the offensive rebounds have kept them alive.
Gosh, look at this. Nichols with 14 rebounds. And offensive foul called on Montenegro. And Milatovic just simply beside himself. He can't. Oh, he's just been slapped with a technical. And this is not good. So now, yeah, Spain are going to get free throws and the ball. And to be honest, the only thing Milatovic, all he did was say ref, and he got the technical.
It was just the visual part of the
Well,
you know.
It's true. If you're remonstrating too much and you've been warned, they've already got possession. So from that standpoint, it's not a disaster.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about the foul, but because I don't think Robinson moved, to be quite honest. It was only the timing that could be off.
But we've seen some coaches get some technicals at some key moments of games.
Yeah, really.
In these quarterfinals. So, Turkey gets slapped with one yesterday. Now Nichols inside. She goes up and gets the contact, puts it up, and Lara Gill gets in there, gets the rebound. And the incredible thing is Spain's rebounding advantage. It's just phenomenal. 3 on the shot clock. Torrens pulls up and hits the jumper. Well, back to 58-52.
I don't see this matchup either. Belica trying to guard Torrens. I don't see it. Especially with Belica's foul situation.
And Ivanovic is fouled by Torrens. And just to go back to that moment about the technical, no, let's be very clear about this. You know, these coaches are talking to the refs all the time during the game, and there are moments where the refs have said, enough. And if you keep pressing that button, eventually you're going to get rung up. And I think that's probably what happened.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think that was just, that's it. I've got to stop it now.
Well, Danielle Robinson for 3, misses, and Dominguez has it for Spain. Now, if you're Spain, with 8:45 remaining, do you go inside, or do you try to create outside with Cruz or Torrens? Well, they're going to get inside of Nichols, and she's going to go up strong. Boy, Nichols is working on an impressive game right now. 8 points, 14 rebounds, but full marks that time to Anna Cruz. So her second assist. Montenegro called a timeout. I'm not sure that even though Robinson has the touch, I'm not sure she was playing to her skill set there or playing to the situation. She's been so effective inside.
And it's because she hasn't seen it for the last 2 or 3 sets where they've taken bad shots and not given her a look. Then she goes looking for the ball. It could be something to do with that. but it's like camping there because we've got other people who can shoot it out there. You're going to get a touch. If you don't go up, you can kick it out. I just don't get the Baliza matchup with Torrens at all. They've got enough size. And the other thing that's happened is every time Robinson's done the right thing, challenge shots, no one has helped her. Because in every single case, either they've gone inside or they've given up an offensive rebound because no one's boxed out the player that she's helped from.
But you get the sense really for the first time that Spain might just be about to put some distance between themselves and Montenegro. See the turnover game and assisted turnovers for both teams. You know, and I'm sure that Montenegro are going to come out and on past experience in this game anyway, they've looked better out of timeouts. So we'll see if they can come out and get a basket and then go down and play some defense.
Well, Robinson has to get a touch, or the ball has to go inside to whoever.
Ivanovic is back in the game. She hands it off to Ivanovic, who drives in, had a good look, and couldn't make the shot. Skarevich, who's been on the bench, in foul trouble, getting ready to check back in with the 4 fouls, 8 minutes remaining. And offensive foul called on Spain this time.
If you get a look at it, it's because after, just as the screen was being set, there was almost like an extension and they moved to go and get the next screen. While there's a lot of fouls in this game, the attempts of the referees to sort of clean up that part of the game and moving screens was becoming was farcical in terms of the amount of movement that was being allowed. So it's got to be a moment where it's difficult for players to adjust, but this is the end of the tournament, not the beginning.
Yep, we're in the quarterfinals. It's the 3rd quarterfinal of the tournament. We've seen Belarus win their quarterfinal, barely against Lithuania, and we've seen Serbia beat Turkey in their quarterfinal. And Ivanovic gets inside. Now, over to Cruz. Spain threatening to blow it open. Cruz inside, quickly puts it up and in before Robinson can get over there.
That's a move. That is a move. Look at that little hesitation, just froze Robinson on the replay. Just froze her.
Robinson 10 on the shot clock. Offensive foul called on Montenegro. And the foul, I think, is called on Ivanovic, so that is number 4. And using the right arm.
Yep, there. It's not all she's supposed to do is put it up to bar and hold. If you throw it, you know, Nichols has got a hand in a legal position.
I think that's what her coach is telling her. Barking at the referees, trying to listen in. So the fouls.
They were just checking who the foul was. Maybe that one or the one before, I don't know.
Well, everything, the odds are stacked against Montenegro right now. So the deficit, the foul trouble. They're going to have to come out and make some plays, and it doesn't get any easier because Laia Palau's just re-entered the game. Cruz now for 3. And
Nichols pushed.
Foul on Nichols. So that's her 4th foul.
The scoreboard is like a light show at the moment. The foul numbers across the board.
Guarding, Skarevich back in as well. He's got the 4 fouls. And her pass, the catch. And Laura Gill really leads the league on the floor, getting after loose balls. Dovljevic puts it up and hits it! Oh, that was big!
Well, they almost turned it over with Nichols, with Gill's hustle, but
she's had a couple of timely 3-pointers tonight for Montenegro. And when they hit those threes, it seems to really take their game to a new level. But Spain go back and immediately reply with Torrance. She's got a great game going, 28 points. Look at the release. 10 of 20 from the floor. And Torrance comes over to help out and bumps Pervanovic. Torrance has now got 3 fouls.
That's the penalty for Spain as well with 6 minutes to go. So if you're looking for lifelines for Montenegro, the free throw line could be one.
They're shooting 64% at the line tonight. But they'd probably take it. If Montenegro do not win this game, they'll still have a chance to get to the Olympic qualifying tournament. They're not thinking about that right now, obviously. Down 9. Scarovic over to Robinson, open. And Pervanovic gets another rebound. Scarovic bounce pass to Robinson. Great play with Scarovic and Robinson. And Nichols goes down. And I think that's it for Nichols. She has fouled out of the game. Boy, that is what you call world-class performance from Scarovic. She's a master.
I was thinking on the, as you see the replay, where she just protects the ball beautifully. Great lead pass by Scarovic, and Robinson took the jump shot before, and you're going, why? Don't go down low and just dominate 8 foot and in. And when you think they were starting to struggle, chance to make this a 6-point game.
Well, she has fouled out of the game, 8 points, 16 rebounds. More importantly for Montenegro is they have pulled to within 6 points. And that's plenty of time as well. The question is, how long can their players stay on the floor? Scarovic has the 4 fouls.
Well, Spain had the same issue with Indoor on 4, so.
Oh, Cruz, nice move. And Palau on the baseline, and she gets in on the act. Takes it back to 8 points for the veteran. One of the all-time greats, without question.
Absolutely.
Spanish basketball.
Yeah.
Now Scarovic has an open lane, puts it up and in. So breakdown defensively.
And Indoor can't go after it, can she? She's in that 4 foul situation, but she's got to play harder than that.
Cruz passes over to Palau for 3. Off the back of the rim, and Glijevic with the rebound. Spain now suddenly, with Torrance not getting the touches.
And Scarovic is going to shoot free throws.
And not what you need if you're Spain. You put Montenegro on the line, as you say, for 2nd foul. So some poor execution here for Spain. She was trying to fight through that pig, and she fell right into the veteran Scarovic.
Scarovic shoots 80% across the tournament. Yeah, one of the better free throw shooters, and Mondela wants to talk about it.
So with 4:41 remaining, Montenegro doing a great job of keeping it close.
Jeff, this is a different, even though it's obviously it's a sudden death game in terms of progression, but it has a very different feel to the tight one they had against Serbia, because that was very much, let's try and beat each other. Whereas at the moment, they've got Montenegro starting to get a bit of tempo here that's really suiting. And Robinson just gives them an option on the inside, and the foul trouble is just giving her the chance to dominate. So this is, Spain are going to have to really close this out well, because Montenegro have a way of scoring. If they just be smart and patient, they're going to get a good shot every time down the floor.
And Montenegro, meanwhile, they've got 2 team fouls in this quarter, which is not bad. So they can play aggressively. They can give away some fouls.
But they've got to give up. They've got to be smart. You know, if Spain get a bit of a run, get some momentum, foul in. Don't waste the fouls.
But with Alexic out there, she has got 3 fouls. And Glijevic only has 2. Scarovic has 4, so obviously she can't waste her fouls, and neither can Pervanovic with 4 fouls.
So the only option at the moment, Jeff, is to bring Zage back and take out one of the bigs and go small. But I just don't think they like that idea, because that would mean that Indoor, if she's the one that stays, has to guard Robinson, and that's not a great option. So the options that Mondello normally has aren't on the floor for him.
Well, he has not gone with Pascal tonight, and Montenegro trailing by 4. And it is game on, folks. 4.5 minutes remaining. Cruz comes up top, 8 on the shot clock. Torrance goes behind her back, spins, nowhere to go. And over to Palau, she has to put it up, and she does. And Robinson with the rebound, now Scarovich. And you can't see that Indoor isn't really able to attack the boards either. She was hesitant. Oh, Robinson for 3. Oh, that would have been huge if that had gone. She was open and she almost made it, but that triggers a fast break for Spain. Bounce pass to Indoor, and great block from Robinson. She chases it down, gets it to Alexic. Boy, how did Spain not come away with points? I'm guessing hitting the trailer, and look at Robinson. She has to hustle back down the floor, having fallen out of bounds. Scarovich puts up a jumper, count it! Oh. Montenegro pulled to within just 2 points with 3.5 minutes.
Jeff, Indoor's got to forget she's on 4 fouls here because she's just trying to play to stay in the game.
Cruz over to Gill. Palau passes up to 3, and Palau tried to get it to Indoor. She was open. But I'm with you. I'm thinking that Indoor is just a little too timid.
Absolutely.
And Palau is now going to come out. And I don't know if it's because of a defensive adjustment.
I think it's more about not being in the flow of the game, perhaps. Maybe sitting down for so long. Dominguez is in that sort of place. That's what she's used to be doing after playing so many minutes.
Torrance drives in, takes a difficult shot, and the ball goes out of bounds, and Spain are going to have it. Perovanovic is arguing that it should be Montenegro's ball. And now a technical foul has been called on Mondello.
That
is...
Well, let's just say, for a coach of his experience at this stage of a game, when you have possession of the ball, to then give the technical then?
Yeah, and also, you know, full credit to the referees. They're calling it the same way on both ends of the floor.
And Spain have got into, if they really struck, give it to Torrance, and we'll just let her win the game. There's no movement. Cruz is a great scorer. They can share it. Got to move the basketball. Got to remember why they're as good as they are.
So this is a potential 3 or 4 point swing if they get another basket. Alexic in the corner. Now Perovanovic gets in the lane, goes hard, and gets blocked by Laura Gill. Great defense from Gill. She moved her feet.
Give Robinson the ball, because Indoor at the moment is a passenger on the floor, and then have switched back. Whoever Indoor is guarding, give him the ball.
Well, they get it inside to Perovanovic, and Perovanovic has gone up and given Montenegro the lead. What a turnaround, and what a mistake by Mondello to get the technical. Cruz gets inside, and she is bumped, and they have got fouls to give. It's not a problem. That's what I'm telling you, but she's actually, no, she's fouled out of the game, so that's a loss.
Cruz is behind the backboard. Now you've just got to let it go. Make a pass. Get your defense to rotate.
Well, Perovanovic,
and they just lose the advantage now with Indoor, and that means that, and Mondello just makes the right decision to get Zage back in. That's because Indoor, they couldn't even play defense, couldn't rebound, wouldn't do a thing.
Well, Cruz is up top now. Gets it close, goes under, passes back out to Jargai. Puts it up at the line, good! Well, immediately hits the jump shot coming off the bench.
In that range, she's unbelievable for me. She is so good at that range.
She's like the microwave coming off the bench. And inside to Robinson, and Robinson was fouled by Gill. She helps Gill up.
The problem is still there for Spain. Can they guard Robinson? Needs to be more pressure on the ball, because if they don't play pressure on the ball, and they're going to go have indoor. Now, someone's got to tell her. You know, must have told her on the bench. You've got to play hard here. If you foul out, you foul out.
Yeah, exactly. If you foul out, you're like Nichols. You'll take a seat next to her. And Robinson hits the free throw to tie it. Boy, you know, we talked about Spain being prohibitive favorites in this game, but game preparation, execution, and Montenegro keeping it together mentally. And here they are in front of Spain. And what an upset this would be. 69-68. Cruz. Inside it goes to Dominguez. And to Indoor, and she puts it up and in.
That Dominguez's decision was so good, because Robinson tried to come across and intimidate, and she did. No one helped her again. Dominguez down indoor.
Well, they're going to look to get it to Robinson again, and they do, and she is fouled, and that is it. Is it on Torrance? Is it on Indoor?
That's on Indoor.
So Indoor has to leave the game, and Robinson goes back to the free throw line. So the bigs are gone for the most part for Spain. We're not going to see Herrera or Pasqua.
Gil's going to come, yeah. Yeah, but Jeff, it's like the last 3 possessions, Robinson's just lived on the charge circle. And they've played a one-on-one. They can come in and help. She's just too good to play one-on-one in there. Make someone make a shot from the perimeter.
Well, you know, down in Podgorica, they're watching this game. This is a game. They had that incredible 2011 run, but this is going to usurp that, or this will trump that. This will be incredible if they knock off Spain. They're leading 71-70, and boy, nobody saw this coming. Torrance over to Cruz. Shakes and bakes, puts it up inside, and she hits it. Well, they're just trading baskets right now.
They've got to do something down here, otherwise Robinson's going to get another touch. Either they're going to pressure the ball or they're going to go zone.
Well, 72-71, Spain by a point. Montenegro have got to score. They get it to Robinson. She puts it up from the baseline, short. Now Torrance with the rebound. And it looks like Montenegro, what are they calling the coaches?
They want to foul. They want to steal a foul now. They've still got a foul to give. But the coaches said no. Everyone else is saying foul. The coach said no.
Alexa reaches in and
now?
the foul for 10 seconds. Well, I'll tell you, Jose Luis Sainz is here from Spain's Federation, the president.
There's some pressure.
He watched his men's team bow out in the quarterfinal stages last year on home turf. How bitter would that be for the women to go out this year at the same stage, albeit at the EuroBasket women? Oh, Torrance. Gets to go past Jovanovic, gets inside, puts it up, and misses. Now Scarovic. They chase her, 28 seconds left. It's white knuckle time, folks. Buckle him up. Jovanovic for 3. Go! She hits quite possibly the biggest shot in women's basketball history for Montenegro to put her team up by 2 points. Unbelievable scene. Now, any fouls for Montenegro will put Spain on the line, and what chance might we see Montenegro foul Spain
to get the ball back?
To get the ball back.
Well, when you've got Robinson in the way that she's playing at the moment, there's an argument for
absolutely.
it. The only other thing against it is Spain don't make the 3 apart from Cruz. They've shot appallingly on the 3-point line throughout this competition. How big's the technical?
Well, the technical right now.
How big was the technical? Jeez.
They got 3 points out of that, didn't they? Yeah, that was huge. But I think when he looks back at it, he's going to regret it big time.
But they got 20 seconds, which is an eternity. The last 2 possessions before the clear out for Torrance, they've run some nice movement, and they've ended up with both Zargai and Cruz with an opportunity on a closeout to get a shot they want. They've got no inside option to go to. Like, it's just The Montenegro back their defense. It's a tough ask. They're not, Robinson can literally go after anything around it. She's got fouls, she's got threes, she's got foul to give.
Well, you saw the Spanish.
No one's going to get a layup here. Robinson will leave people on the floor, I think, as opposed to give up a layup. I hope they don't go to Torrens, even though you've got that temptation to go to Torrens, because the whole Montenegro defense will be there waiting for it.
Well, you see those French fans, I can't help but think they're pulling for Montenegro
Oh,
in this situation.
they are.
You saw the rebounding difference, Spain, but yet here they are, down 2. Now, what's Spain going to run? Cruz has got it, and they're letting the clock go down. And this is a risky game to play. Cruz gets inside, puts it up, and she scores and draws the foul! Unbelievable scenes! There's still plenty of time. 9.3 seconds left. What a chess match. Incredible. She got the contact. That was the correct call.
Oh, it was totally the correct call.
That was the correct call from Mondello. It was the correct call from the referee.
Well, what we said was, you know, don't go to Torrens. There'll be too much traffic. Cruz did it again, got to the bucket. Robinson was lining herself up to come and block it and bailed out.
And they finally register the points and the free throw. So with 9.3 seconds remaining, Montenegro, the way this game is gone, I think we might have 2 or 3 more possessions for each team. A long way to go.
Well, you've got enough time. Get it in, change an angle, and give it to Robinson. And it'll be interesting to see what Mondello does, because there's the other way is.
Yeah, but if you're Montenegro, you just go down immediately and try to score.
Oh yeah, I don't think you get it in and look inside, and then you're going to have to make an option. If you can get it to Robinson out off the second pass, it's a great decision, I think. But like, you never know.
They're going to inbound the ball right here in front of their bench.
Yep.
So that is the advantage of having the timeout, right?
Yep.
They're going to advance the ball.
The interesting thing for Mondello is he can't play Robinson man-to-man. I just don't see it. Because if he plays a man-to-man, they're going to foul her anyway. And she'll go to the line to win the game.
I tell you what, Montenegro right now has some three-point shooters on the floor.
Yep.
They've got Skervic. They've got Jovanovic. I mean, they don't need a 3. But if they hit a 3 early, again, that's the problem for Spain. But that's one of the problems. They're just going to take the first open look they get. Who are we kidding? And you're right. I think they're going to have a play where they're going to get a look.
Spain are really, they might switch everything here and overplay the inbound. In this game, they could even steal this inbound pass.
Doria Martinez has checked into the game because of her defense. And she's on Skervic. Bounce pass to Robinson. She turns, she puts it up. She misses. Vujovic gets the rebound. She is blocked. Spain have held on. What an incredible finish. Spain has somehow done just enough to turn back what would have been a monumental upset. And Montenegro, having had the perfect game plan, have been denied.
I tell you what, whatever you think about Alba Torrens one way or another, that was so heads up. They got the offensive rebound, and that had foul written all over it. And you saw it when you got to see it again. She just stood there and said, if you make this, you'll be a hero. I'm not going to foul you.
Well, listen, yesterday we saw the same thing against Lithuania. They inbounded the ball. No foul was called at the end. And listen, if there's no foul, there's no foul. So,
it's just, if Spain can win playing that way, they can go all the way here. But Montenegro, they got the ball to the right person. She settled for a jump shot. And
she did. She got the front and the back of the rim as opposed to attacking the basket.
And that's what Robinson was the player of the game in so many ways. And she's beside herself.
Look at the scoring totals there and the top scorers. I'll tell you what, usually the coach will make a player run suicides the next day. I think Spain's players need to send Mr. Mondello on a few suicide runs because he put them in a very awkward position with that technical foul.
Maybe you could ask him that at the press conference but then again, the call to get Cruz going to the basket for the three-point play, phenomenal call. Because the easy thing is, we run some screens, get Torrens a good look. Cruz, that's a phenomenal finish at that stage of the game.
Yeah, and I think, overall, teams made plays. Here it is. this is a player that was one of the players of the game, and she was they couldn't control her. You said she didn't attack the basket on that last play, and that was the crucial part. Look where she was hitting her shots. And I know there's some, having seen the highlights, the French fans a little bit disappointed that Montenegro couldn't hold on to that. You know, Spain, questions were asked, and maybe they're not as good as people think they are. But Torres certainly 28 points. She made the plays, but boy, has Cruz really stepped up for Spain.
Oh, Cruz.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, Cruz. Unbelievable.
Well, I enjoyed that. Just saw, I think Canada's Marinda Ayin watching this game. Anyway, 75-74. We could talk about this all day, and we probably will off camera. Thanks for watching, everybody. You just watched a EuroBasket Women Classic.